holiday celebrated in Mexico and by Mexican Americans living in the United States. The holiday focuses on gatherings of family and friends to pray for and remember friends and family who have died. The celebration occurs on November 2nd in connection with the Catholic holidays of All Saints and All Souls Day. Traditions connected to the holiday include building private altars honoring the deceased using sugar skulls, marigolds, and the favorite food and beverages of the departed, and also visiting graves with these gifts. Dia de los Muertos is a time of celebration where partying and eating, feasting, is common. Now I want to say a couple of words about neo-pagans, three particular groups: the Celtic Reconstructionists, the Wiccans, and then a group called Obod, who are modern-day Druids. Celtic Reconstructionist pagans tend to celebrate Samhain on the date of first frost, or when the last of the harvest is in and the ground is dry enough to have a bonfire. Now, Celtic Reconstructionists put a lot of emphasis on historical accuracy and base their celebrations and rituals on both traditional lore from the living Celtic cultures as well as research into the older beliefs of the polytheistic Celts. In terms of Wiccans, Samhain is one of the 8 major festivals, often referred to as Sabbats, observed as part of the Wiccan Wheel of the Year. It is considered by most Wiccans to be the most important of the Sabbats. Finally, the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids, who are a group based in England, but they have members from all over the world. There's a photograph here of them celebrating winter solstice at Stonehenge. What they do is that if you live in a city like London, where there are a lot of members of this Druid group, they'll have communal celebrations where, again, they kind of set out a place at the table for the deceased. For people who are members of this organization that live in small towns or in areas where it's not very popular, they engage in personal rituals. Like, for example, they keep a list throughout the year of people who have deceased. And these people, it can be relatives or friends, but it also can be celebrities or sports figures that really meant something to your life. So what they do on October 31st is they write letters of thankfulness to these people. And then they get all the letters together and burn them. So that's just an example of a personal ritual. Okay, now apparently, guys, one of the largest Halloween celebrations in the U.S., not surprisingly, is in Salem, Massachusetts. This mass party emphasizes the Festival of the Dead and offers many venues, all terrifically overpriced, such as Salem's only authentic seance, Messages from the Spirit World, the Dumb Supper, Dinner with the Dead, and my personal favorite, the Vampire's Masquerade Ball, featuring Empress Akima. All right. Now, to close this lecture, I want to address the students, the BH students who are here today. And, you know, we all know that part of celebrating Halloween means drinking alcohol. And my friend, I spoke to Hot Dog and asked him, I said, I'm going to be talking to some students about this issue of alcohol and Halloween. and can you just give me a little bit of advice? And here's what Hot Dog said. He said, moderation in everything. And then he told me, maybe you should try to kind of scare your students by showing them a couple of slides, photographs, of what can happen on Halloween if you drink too much alcohol. And finally, so here are the sources that I used for this presentation. Now's the time for questions.
Could you go back to that map of people, of countries that celebrate similar?
Yeah.
Are they all around the same time of the year? For example, in China.
No, usually festivals of the dead that are not Celtic. That are not Celtic are